All right, so you've sent us this article about Hermes and Mercury, one god, two names, two completely different vibes.
Yeah.
And we're here to try to figure out not just what makes them different,
Right.
but why those differences even matter.
Yeah.
It's like they're a walking, talking metaphor,
Yeah.
just waiting to be unpacked.
Absolutely. And what's so captivating about these two is that they embody the core values of their respective cultures. You know, the Greeks with their love of wit and cunning,
Right.
and the Romans with their emphasis on order and structure.
Yeah.
It's almost as if through these figures we get a glimpse into the soul of these civilizations.
You know, it's funny you should say that because the article opens with this incredible image, Hermes and Mercury,
Yeah.
face to face.
Okay.
And it's less of a divine meet cute and more like,
It's a standoff.
right.
Like Hermes, true to form, is already trying to pickpocket Mercury while holding a conversation.
Well, Hermes, the god of crossroads, travelers, thieves.
Yeah.
He's a liminal figure, comfortable existing in the spaces between.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense that he would be drawn to chaos, to that feeling of being on the edge of something new, something unexpected.
God, just so Hermes.
Right.
Like, this is the god who, on his first day of existence, steals Apollo's sacred cattle.
Right, exactly.
And not in a sneaky way, but in a way that leaves everyone wondering how he pulled it off.
Yeah,
It's chaos, but it's also brilliant.
exactly. And that's the point. It's not chaos for chaos's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it, what drives innovation?
Yeah.
What forces us to challenge the status quo?
Right.
Often it's a healthy dose of disruption,
Yeah.
of shaking things up.
Just like Hermes does.
Okay, so if Hermes is all about shaking things up, then where does that leave Mercury?
Right.
He always seems so composed.
Sure.
Like he has a game plan even for his morning coffee.
Yeah. Well, Mercury, with his winged sandals and caduceus, becomes the embodiment of communication, of commerce, of the very systems that hold a society together.
Right.
He's the voice of reason, the architect of order.
Yeah.
Reflecting Rome's ambition to build something lasting, something impactful.
It's interesting, though, how the article describes Mercury's voice.
Okay.
It's not just that he's eloquent, it's that every word seems calculated.
Yeah.
It's like he's playing a high-stakes game of chess, always thinking several moves ahead.
And that's the essence of Mercury's power. It's not about brute force or overt displays of power, but about strategic influence. Okay.
The Romans understood that true power often lies in shaping the narrative, in guiding events toward a desired outcome.
Which makes you think if these two ever went head-to-head, it wouldn't be some epic battle of the gods.
Right.
It'd be a war of words.
Yes.
A chess match of influence playing out on a grand scale.
And what better arena for such a showdown than a bustling city at the height of its power? Imagine a city at the crossroads of cultures, just buzzing with activity.
Right.
It's a place of incredible opportunity, but also one teetering on the edge of chaos.
Oh, I can practically hear it. Merchants hawking their wares.
Yes.
Whispers of the latest gossip coins changing hands.
Yeah.
It's like sensory overload in the best possible way.
And it's in this vibrant chaos that Hermes thrives.
Okay.
The article describes him blending seamlessly into the crowd. You know,
A rumor whispered here, a seed of doubt planted there.
right.
He's a master manipulator exploiting the very fabric of human interaction.
Which honestly sounds a little sinister.
Yeah.
But then again, isn't that how trends begin?
Right.
How new ideas take hold?
Yeah.
One minute it's a whisper, the next it's all anyone can talk about.
Precisely. Hermes understands that change often begins with a subtle shift in perception,
Okay.
a questioning of the accepted truth.
Yeah.
He's not necessarily trying to destroy, but rather to disrupt and to create space for something new to emerge.
Okay, so while Hermes is busy stirring the pot, what's Mercury's move in this grand game of influence?
Mercury, in contrast to Hermes' subtle disruptions, is about establishing order, about building trust and confidence. He's the architect laying down the blueprints for a stable and prosperous society.
So he's the one calming the chaos that Hermes stirs up.
In a way.
It's like they're two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
You can't have innovation without some degree of order,
Right.
and you can't have true progress without a willingness to challenge the status quo.
And that's where the article takes this fascinating turn.
Okay.
It suggests that eventually both Hermes and Mercury have this moment of realization.
Okay.
A recognition that their methods, while seemingly opposed, are actually two sides of the same divine coin.
Wait, so instead of this epic showdown,
Yeah.
they team up.
In a way, yes.
Okay.
Hermes, the master of chaos, begins to see the limitations of constant disruption. There's a sense of melancholy, a longing for something more enduring than fleeting moments of mischief.
And Mercury, always so composed, starts to see the value in Hermes' unpredictability.
Yes.
Like, maybe a little chaos isn't such a bad thing after all.
The article describes it as a crack in his usually stoic facade.
Really?
It's subtle, but it speaks volumes.
Yeah.
He recognizes that true strength lies not in rigidity, but in adaptability, in embracing the unexpected.
So what happens next?
Right.
What does it look like when these two seemingly opposite forces combine? Okay, so we've got Hermes, the god of chaos and disruption, and Mercury, the architect of order and structure, suddenly realizing they're more alike than they thought. It's like the ultimate cosmic reality check.
It is a powerful image, and the article doesn't shy away from the implications.
Okay.
Imagine that bustling city we talked about, but now infused with this newfound balance.
Okay, I'm picturing a vibrant marketplace, but instead of it feeling chaotic, it has this underlying hum of efficiency. Like deals are still being struck, but with this newfound sense of fairness and transparency.
Exactly. It's not that chaos disappears entirely.
Right.
It's that it becomes a source of creativity rather than instability.
Okay.
The article even hints that the citizens themselves start to change.
Oh, so they're not just watching Hermes and Mercury pal around. They're actually like internalizing this.
Yeah, well, it's the city that's changing, right? They become more adaptable, more open to new ideas, but also more discerning. They retain that spark of Hermes, that willingness to question, to innovate.
Yeah.
But they temper it with Mercury's strategic thinking and long-term vision.
So it's not about choosing one over the other.
Right.
It's about recognizing that both chaos and order are necessary for society.
Yeah.
Heck, maybe even for us as individuals to truly thrive.
Precisely. It's in the integration of these seemingly opposite forces that we find balance, that we unlock our full potential.
Which brings us back to you listening right now.
Yeah.
What does all of this whole Hermes and Mercury deep dive actually mean for us in the real world?
Well, it's a reminder that we are complex beings.
Yeah.
Capable of holding seemingly contradictory impulses within ourselves.
Right.
We can be the life of the party, Andy, the meticulous planner.
Right. The one who shakes things up, Andy, the one who restores order. And that's not a weakness. It's kind of where our strength lies.
Exactly. The key takeaway here is self-awareness. Recognizing which aspect of ourselves, the Hermes or the Mercury, is needed in a given situation, that's where true wisdom lies.
And it's kind of liberating too, isn't it?
Yeah.
To realize that we aren't defined by just one aspect of our personality, that we kind of have the power to choose how we show up in the world.
Absolutely. It's about embracing our full selves,
Yeah.
light and the shadow, the chaos and the calm, and understanding that it's in that beautiful contradiction that we discover who we truly are.
Well, this deep dive into Hermes and Mercury has been incredible. It's given us so much to think about in terms of leadership, creativity, and even just navigating our own day-to-day lives. So next time you're faced with a decision, a challenge, ask yourself, what does my inner Hermes say? What would Mercury do? And maybe, just maybe, you'll find that perfect blend of chaos in order to move forward with a little more clarity and confidence.